So a man disagrees with what I was saying. A man saying that having kids young is a good motivator. Yeah, it's a good motivator, but it's the wrong motivator. And trust me, man's played these mind games with myself before in the past. I've never been unmotivated, but to get myself more motivated, I've told myself, I played mind games with myself and pretended that I've got kids. I've got mouths to feed and that. Just to give myself that extra push. This is years and years ago and that. Blood, let me tell you something right now, yeah? You never want to be in a position where you've got mouths to feed and that's making you be motivated and that. Listen, we're in 2025 right now. We're in a cost of living crisis. If you can't, and I was going to say afford to heat your home and that. You know there's certain people right now, yeah? Even though we're approaching summer, you know it still gets cold at night time. Their house gets cold. There's some people, they're reluctant to turn the heating on. I've got the heater on right now. It's fucking the 28th of May. Past 11:30, I've got the heater on right now. When I go up to bed, I'm gonna put the heater on. It's just a little fan blow heater and that. And furthermore, I actually put my heating on the other day, like the central gas heating and that. I don't give a shit what month it is. I don't care what period of time it is. I don't care what season it is. If I'm a bit cold, if I'm a bit chilly, I'm gonna turn it on. There's certain people, right now, it's May, it's gonna be June soon, they're not going to put their central heating on until December. You're in a cost of living crisis right now. Food's up, gas, electric, water, all the bills them has gone up and that. If you look at people with a Lamborghini or Ferrari, and you look at a man that has a Lamborghini and Ferrari and he's got a 10 out of 10, bro, that should be the motivation for you to want to strive to be more successful. Not having some kids. Like I said, it's a good motivator, but it's the wrong motivator. The motivation you should have is, I want to live in a big mansion. I want to have a pool at the front, pool at the back. I want to have a Bentley. I want to have a Rolls Royce. I want to have a Lamborghini. I don't want to have to work for anybody else. I want to be able to just get up right now and disappear to the Caribbean for 3 months. Turn my phone off. Now, obviously, if you're an important person, you're not going to be able to do that. Yeah. If you're an important person, you know, if you're rich, somewhat, you know, you're going to be a somewhat important person. You're not going to be able to turn your phone off. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. You shouldn't need to have kids to motivate you to work hard and be successful. It's just you living a basic, mediocre life. That should be all the motivation you need. Because think about it this way. If you got on a first class ticket to heaven, yeah, this is how I have to talk on TikTok, you know. If you got on a first class ticket to heaven, and, you know, let's say God exists. I don't believe in God. I'm a raging atheist. But let's say God exists. And he said, right, I can give you another chance at life. Would you want to go back to your same reality? Or would you want to... And he's giving you the option to create your reality. You're not going to go back to the life that you're living right now. No way. No way. There's a version of you that's living a life that is 10 times better than this current reality. That should be all the motivation you need. You drive a shit car or you're not driving your dream car, yo, that should be the motivation for you to get your dream car. If you ain't got a car, that should be the motivation to get a fucking car. Big up Margaret Thatcher. I don't know how true this is, but I believe it because it's something that she would say. Apparently she made a statement back in the day, obviously, when she was in power and that. She said, it's something so simple. It's something that even Andrew Tate would say. She said, if you're 25 years old and you're still riding the bus, you have failed. You are a failure. I said, rah. Rah. You know, I'd love to have been around in the time during Margaret Thatcher, yeah? Fuck yeah. That's all you need to, yeah? Fuck yeah, no, boy. But yeah, man, you shouldn't need to have kids to motivate you to work hard. You shouldn't need to have some starving, hungry bellies and mouths to feed for you to work hard and that, yeah? If you ain't got expendable cash, if you have to look at your bank balance before making a purchase and that, yo, you need to work harder. That should be the motivation. So don't none of you lot be getting fucking girls pregnant and having kids young just to get motivated and that. Yeah, you're not living the reality that you truly want to live. That's the motivation you need.